Morning, children! Welcome to your daily dose of family farming in the Eden Valley. Day running, the battery is flat. Could be a perfect time to get a new Bobcat battery because it's gonna come cold. Oh, I missed it. I got it. Very pointed. Where do you lose time in a day, Charlotte? Well, I wander around waiting to shout aviation updates at people. Working well. Moving sheep. These guys have been here for a little while and they need to come home and be dozed, but they also need to come home and get some fresh grass because there is nothing left here. It is bare. Gimmers, these are girls. And to be fair, these are all being sold. Just because the jerseys are coming, we're going to have a lot on, and lessening the sheep numbers is probably the way forward. Concentrating on other stuff. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Go on, kids. Be absolutely mortified right now. Are you ready? Win here, the lad. Here. Good boy, stay with me. You're not going with him. Good boy. Come on. Oh no. The last thing you said was don't let that buggy up. Oh no. Oh no. Super picture though, Win. I'm really sorry. Like, I promise I'll clean it. I'm so sorry. Turns out the dog, he doesn't like sitting on the floor. Who knew? Well, it's gone down the lane, so this could go particularly wrong. It really could. So, oh, don't go that way. Come on, girls! Not just go the opposite direction that I wanted them to. I mean, why? Am I stood waiting for the sky to go pink? Yes, I am. We've come out after tea and it is freezing. Anywho, just got to take this bar off here completely now because there is, to be fair, actually, we could take the whole thing out and they can just go in as willy-nillys. Spanner of all time. My baby adjustable. Guys are so nosy. We're just taking the whole thing to pieces. I will stick these back in here. I will stick these back in here. Considering they've just been weaned, they're fairly quiet. They're only making a noise because we're putting feed in the creep feeders. He's on phone to Joe Seals. So, these are the quietest lot of weaned calves I've ever seen, ever. So, how are we, kiddies? Oh, steady, kid, steady. So what am I looking for? Well, honestly, I'm looking for anyone that's hanging in a corner, anyone that's a little bit sad looking, anyone that's breathing heavily. The stress of weaning is a bit like the stress of moving somewhere, and it can bring on any type of stressful illnesses. They can get a touch of pneumonia. There was a youngster in here. That there is the youngest one. Can you see how much smaller it is than everything else? Obviously, it's absolutely fine, and it's plenty big enough, but it's just one that I want to keep an eye on. Like, these guys, they were knocking out the mums, to be perfectly honest. But ordinarily, when you wean calves, you end up with one or two that, like, they shout for the mums that much they go hoarse, and they're like, It's none of it. None of it. They've not kept me up at night. The mums, however, have been quite noisy. But it does help, I think, having them sent to two separate spots. Somebody asked in the comments yesterday, how many yards do we farm across? Because it seems like we farm across about 4 or 5. We farm across 2 spots. So we have Roy's dad's house, which is Big Roy. And then we have Roy, who I'm married to, who's called Roy. And there is our house here, which is on the other side of that. And yeah, this is the farm here. This is where we're building the shed for the dairy is at home. So our house is this one. Hold on. If I turn around slowly, you might understand. There's the handling system that we load out of. There's the cubicle shed. There's the new shed where the dairy's going to be. This here is just electrics and whatnot. And then Big Roy's house is, it's about 3 miles down the road. It's not far away at all. We tend to send things there that are closer to selling, so we fatten them up and we sell them there. Here are the heifers. Hello, girls. But honestly, absolutely amazed at the lack of noise from the calves. It doesn't normally happen like that. So, some of you may be wondering how I intend on keeping the sheep when we're going into dairy and we need all the grass around the farm. So I have taken on a bit of extra land. I'm renting it in the village, and with a view to some of the sheep going up there and easing the burden on the land around the farm, and it will just stop us arguing about, obviously, whose animals are more important. We all know the sheep. No, I'm joking. So it is the last day of my my demo. I never thought I'd say that. Of my Cfmoto. Now, when he texted and said, "Do you want one for a few days?" I kind of went, "What do I want one of them for?" That's what I thought. I think I need one. I'm petitioning. Starting now, I'm petitioning. I love it. Honestly, it's just, you don't get cold hands, cold face, you're dry. Yes, I know they're expensive, don't I'm not saying they're not. I'm petitioning. She's petitioning. So before it goes, I'm going to give it a bath and wash the inside as well, to be perfectly honest, because the dog jumped in it yesterday and it's extremely, extremely disrespectful to leave it looking like it is. Although it was funny that he did, it's not actually that funny, is it? Because it's not mine. So I'm going to give it a good scrub. As a pro car valeter, I think I'll be all right. So I'll go and get the hot wash off Big Roy at the other farm. Just seeing if the bobcat will start, because it is cold. Giving the glow. Plugs. Well, I say I don't know if the heater plugs, but why would it say glow if the heater plugs? It says glow physically. Are you ready? 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 So we are at the technically new field to us that we're renting so that I can keep some of the sheep. And for the first time ever, that is a public footpath in a field that I'm going to put sheep. Has anyone got any advice on how to deal with this? Primarily people with dogs. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. I don't know, do I put... Then again, you don't want to put a solar camera up, do you? Because if you do, someone might nick the camera, that kind of thing. Do you know? So our house, where is our house compared to this field? I'm not going to show you exactly where it is, but I can show you our house. Can you see, not the black barn, the roof's in the distance? That's home. That's us. Come to take it away. I'm bereft. Like, this is serious. It's been filled up with fuel. Why is he taking the seats out? Have you seen the giant toolbox underneath? Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. What he's just done, it tilts and everything. You can't take it. You can't take it back now. Oh, look at it. The insult. Did you see that? The wind went in my eyes and it made me look like I was crying. It was so good. So we're just putting some feeders out for the girls. They're hungry. I know, surprisingly, there is actually like a bit of grass growth going on, but they have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. These are random sheep, these are. Yeah. These are valuable, these. I'm in. Baby girls, you're so beautiful. So you might be thinking to yourself, what on earth are these sheep? They are crazy. And you would be right. These are the Bitzers. So we've got bits of this and bits of that and bits of the other. Random things. We've got Split here. There, she was the first to lamb last year. But then we've also got all of the like 3/4 Dutch spotted things, like these here. And we've just merged the two groups together and taken one of the tups out. So this is just some old hay that we're just shoving in here for them. If they don't turn the noses up at this, there is a lot more where that came from. Not only is that the coolest image ever. Yes, life. It's like Lord of the Rings in real life. The sheep, what I was showing you, the sheep have not touched that hay at all. Oh, I didn't realise I looked like that. No one told me I had like... Oh, I've literally just driven all the way up the yard and then realised I need the Merlo, which is right back where I was next to that gate, but never mind. My point being, that hay is from the new bit of land that we've taken on. We'll call it Malcolm's Field. And it's basically a barn full of very old, small square bales. Now, we had it in our head that they wouldn't bloody touch it, and they haven't touched it. I mean, like, at all. I'll give until tomorrow. If they haven't touched it, we'll just end up pulling it all out, and we'll just throw it in the bottom of the bed to give the bed some bottom in it. You could burn it, but it's a bit wasteful, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Anywho, there's a lot of it. There's a shed full, to be fair. They're all falling to pieces. They've been there for that long. Somebody else has rented the land and let the sheep all run up and down them, so they're literally, when you pick them up, they fall to pieces. Honest to God, it's just hard work. So I think what we're going to end up doing is we'll go with that trailer there and the shear grab and literally go in and take chunks. And as I put them in the bottom of the bed, I'll just pull the string out. I honestly think that's all we can do. But yeah, yes. Something new is on its way. So, as you may have noticed, we have had quite a lot off. Ian Zinsdale is like a fabricator. One of the first things I think we got off him was the scraper for the Bobcat, which is here. Absolutely ingenious. It's bloody brilliant, honestly. Would not ever be without it with a skid steer. It is one of the most useful implements I think we have. I use it probably secondary. Well, I don't know whether I use that more than a bucket, to be fair. We've had 2 buckets. We've had the sweeper, that scraper, and both of the faceplate adapters, whatever the hell you want to call them, for the Bobcat and for the Merlo. So we made these for us. The thing is, with the big bucket, which is there, and this here, hold on, I need to put it on before he gets here. Not ready. Is he all ready? Is it is too early? I'm not ready. Oh, she's a pretty bucket. Totally see it as a compliment that he thought I was entirely capable of going near his very expensive trailer with my very shoddy Merlo skills. But do you know what? Like, hurrah, women in farming. Oh, ka-joke. Cool bucket like. So I was worried it was going to be too big for us. Are you ready? Ta-da! Such as a sizable bouquet, but we have been using this one for jobs. Not that different to me. Pretty. Look at those stylish welds. Oh, they're beautiful. Proud's back better than the other as well, because it's obviously made on a tilt like this. No, like this, so that when you... Yeah, that one there, it only literally goes like that and tilts by that much. This one tilts by that much, which is much better for us. Look at me, I'm dirty. I'm dirty. On the phone to Joe Seals again for the 4th time today. I love it how he walks away from me because he knows I'm videoing him. Who's on phone? Never! Yeah. Surprise, surprise! Joe Seals, not the Joe Seals. Will you sign my autograph? I've got a new bucket, Joe.
So the question is, are we going to allow Gary to carry concrete in it?
No, we are not. We're not putting concrete in this. Not on your Nelly.
Talking of signing, you know what I thought I might do?
What?
You know them coasters?
Oh, you're going to sign them? Yeah. Honestly, Joe, they're priceless. You can't put a price on that.
I've never known such an egotistical in all my life.
You're a cheap coaster. People have an addiction to shoes. Roy has an addiction to bucket buying. So, very quickly, just in the middle of this video, my friend David has set up a new YouTube and social media channel called Farming Britain. So this channel was launched yesterday by the time you watch this video. Go and have a look for me. I'll leave the links underneath for the YouTube, and if you're on Instagram and Facebook, it's Farming Britain. And I'll also be sharing it on my pages, so if you do lose that, go on mine and follow the link from there. Big farms are going to get bigger. Small farms are going to start disappearing.
One of the issues for crofting is the demographics of it. I'm probably quite a young crofter, and steady. I want to make sure that people are having a fair price for what they're producing. And if we can add value to any farm and every farm by going there and showcasing them and giving them a platform worldwide, let's do it from the tops of Scotland to the bottoms of Cornwall to make sure that that story is getting out there and people understand that they are going to need a farmer every single day of their life.
I just think it's really nice to be teaming up with farmers from different sectors to be able to share some really interesting stories and hopefully entertain you, and maybe even hopefully you'll learn something along the way.